Hi, I'm Sylvia.
Hi, I'm Andres.
Hi, my name is Adrian, and this speech is about volunteers. I want you all to imagine yourself as a homeless person in a city. Although you live in a place with a lot of people, no one cares to offer you food, shelter, or help. Eventually, you receive help from someone that you don't know, a volunteer. Although their face may be unfamiliar, the joy and peace that they surround you with creates a lasting impact on you. Although volunteers help out every single day, many underestimate how much we actually need them. Through comprehensive research combined with over 40 volunteer hours myself, I now know how desperate we need volunteers in everyday life. Therefore, in this speech, I want to talk about why we need volunteers, the benefits that volunteering brings, and how you can become a volunteer today. To begin with, let's talk about why we need volunteers every day. I want to start by talking about nonprofit organizations which are created to serve the public good rather than to generate profit. These run off of volunteers for basic things like customer service or community help. A study done in 2022 at the University of Maryland found that 64.4% of the volunteers of the organizations studied reported an increase in demand for their services. Nearly half of these had to increase the amount of work that their staff did as well in order to meet these demands. This means that if organizations lack volunteers when demands rise, less people will get the help that they need and more will have to work harder for providing the services. Secondly, the need for volunteers doesn't just come from nonprofits. There have been many events this past year that have curated a need for volunteers, such as Hurricane Helene. According to the UN University, Helene caused over 230 deaths, affected 31,000 buildings, and held $12.5 billion in threatened property value. If anything, times like these are when we need volunteers the most so that communities can be restored and people can be returned safely to their homes. Now that we know why volunteers are needed in the US, let's talk about what we can do to help. As members of our local community, I encourage you all to become a volunteer yourself. It might sound hard, but the process is a lot easier than it sounds. The first step is finding a volunteer opportunity near you. And it's as simple as going on Google and searching up volunteer opportunities near me. The second step is that once you find a volunteer opportunity, you must check the shifts and eligibility requirements. This just means that you must confirm how long you're volunteering for and if you're allowed to volunteer for that organization. Third, after making sure that you're allowed, you must either sign up online or contact a supervisor. Both of these things can be found on the organization's website. The fourth step is to keep an eye on your emails for any additional information. Lastly, when you're at the site for volunteering, make sure to have fun and treat everyone with respect and help out in areas where you're most needed. Additionally, there are many benefits to becoming a volunteer. The following three are provided by Mayo Clinic. 1, you can gain improved physical and mental health. 2, you can gain a sense of purpose or foster valuable skills like crafting and customer service. And 3, you can nurture new and existing relationships. Last but not least, what I think is most important is being able to help those who are unable to help themselves in our community. However, I know some of you may have questions about volunteering. If you're wondering how you can volunteer if you have issues working with people, don't worry. People around you while volunteering are always going to be nice and welcoming to your presence. If you're wondering how you find the right thing to volunteer for, I just recommend volunteering for things that you enjoy, as it can help you to be more productive and want to volunteer more. Lastly, if you are wondering how you can devote enough time to volunteering, even just an hour of your time is okay. What matters more is your desire to help rather than how long you spend doing so. Now, after going over the solution and the benefits, I want you all to visualize the impacts of becoming a volunteer. Take the Helene example from earlier, and imagine someone you know suffering the tragedies of the hurricane. After their home being flooded, broken, and their items being everywhere, would you choose to help them, or would you choose to let them figure it out on their own? Chances are, if you chose to help them, not only is their home okay now, but they are safe, and you guys are both more happy. This is the difference between serving other people through volunteering or not serving them. In addition, I also want to talk about an example that helps you all visualize the impacts of volunteering on millions of people. During Hurricane Helene, Salvation Army provided 385,000 meals in 6 states only 18 days after the hurricane struck. They not only fed many people, but examples like these prove how volunteering can go a long way for many, not just individual communities. Ultimately, as I've spoken about today, Volunteering is a desperate need in our society and it has many benefits. Volunteers are needed by many organizations and in many places. Becoming a volunteer is easy and it can benefit both you and the people that you help. As for myself, I enjoy volunteering very much and I implore you all to do the same. If you would like to have an easier time finding volunteer opportunities, I ask you guys to visit the website createthegood.aarp.org. In a world full of darkness where we can sometimes lack compassion, be the light. Shine through other people's days and make a difference not only to them, but to yourself. Become a volunteer today. Thank you.